Hey everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and today I'm going to teach you a trick that I learned from Toru Miyazaki, and the trick looks like this. So that's what the trick looks like. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on in a relatively small amount of time that you're doing the trick, meaning that it's a pretty short trick. And it's a trick that I learned from watching a lot of Toru Miyazaki. I've always wanted to know how he does that one trick where he looks like he flips the string on his hand and he catches it up, or throws it up and catches it up into a triangle. I've watched, several videos that he was featured in to try to figure it out, and then I ended up slowing down the video frame by frame just to figure out what he's doing. And, after, a little bit, I was actually able to figure it out pretty much. So, in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to do the trick in, a more simpler way, I would say. But yeah, while watching Toru Miyazaki's videos on how to do this trick, I actually stumbled upon another YouTuber's tutorial on this exact trick, actually. And I looked at his tutorial, and this is when I pretty much already figured out the trick. I was just trying to see how he positions his hands and everything. And when I looked at that YouTuber's tutorial, it was actually like a pretty simple breakdown of like the trick itself. So that video also aided me in learning this trick, and I'll also link that tutorial in the description down below. This is sort of just my version of a tutorial that I think is best for you guys to learn from. So here we go. First, you want to start with a trapeze. When instead of just starting it, like this, how everyone does, you want to start it with your non-dominant throw hand, sort of inverted, like this, to where your fist is pretty much facing towards you and your fingers. And then once you've done that, you want to make or do a chopstick sort of position with your dominant throw hand, just as so. And then you want to land the yo-yo in between here, just like so. And that's the first part of the trick. So you want to do this part of the trick in one fluid motion. So it just looks like this. So I'll try to get a few angles of each and every part of this trick so that you guys can fully comprehend on how I'm placing my hands and how I'm doing the different movements of the trick, because this is sort of a subtle trick that you would really have to pay attention on how I'm positioning my hands and how I'm executing each and every string segment. Start with this, and then next we want to just dismount onto the front string like this, so from here to here, and then you want to make like another chopstick sort of movement with your non-dominant throw hand, like so. You're not actually putting the yo-yo here, so basically the string right here that's right here in between your non-dominant fingers, you want to simply just pluck it and pull it like so. And then you want to simply just hook the yo-yo or this part of the string onto the yo-yo, like so, and you're going to end up in this sort of mount right here. Moving, you want to do it simultaneously, just like so. And then once you've done that, you want to pinch this string right here with your non-dominant throw hand, index finger, and middle finger, and then you want to simply just drop the slack right here. Then once you've done that, you will want to simply make sort of not really a chopstick, this sort of movement, just wrap the string around your dominant throw hand, index finger, and thumb, just like so, while you're in this position right here, while you're pinching the string right here with your non-dominant throw hand, index finger, and middle finger. And then you want to simply just roll the yo-yo onto the string right here. Now this part of the trick is especially tricky when you're actually rolling on. So let me try to break it down to you on what's actually going on, because this part especially was really tricky for me to figure out at first until I looked at a tutorial of this trick and how, with closer detail on how it was done. So some of you, when doing this trick, you might, accidentally land off the string, or you might, land into another part of the string basically. And that's kind of like a common, mistake with this trick in particular. So some of you might land, differently. some of you might actually land into the the mount like this, and this isn't the way it's supposed to be done. So let me show you in closer detail. Again, I'll get different angles of this particular movement. And of course, you will want your string to be, have no tension inside of it. It'll make this trick much easier. So once you've, pretty much rolled it on, you're supposed to have this kink into the string right here where it kind of looks like a triangle. You can't really see it too much right here from this angle, but when the trick is facing you, you should see like a little triangle here. Now with this in mind, you want to keep these two strings pinched right here, and then you want to simply flick this part of the string onto the back side of your non-dominant throw hand, and simply just flick it off like that. And then all in the same motion and simultaneously, you will want to do a suicide with by letting go of this string right here and catching this loop right here. And it should land you into a triangle as so. And once you land into a triangle, you pretty much just pop out from the front and then bind. So the trick is actually fairly simple and straightforward once you've broken everything down and sort of just understand how everything is placed and how everything is done, because that's really the important thing with a lot of intricate tricks like these. You really just have to pay attention to like literally everything. How the string is placed relative to you watching the video, because it can be difficult to translate how different things are placed, even with different angles and stuff like that, through video, to you. So it'll be, I wouldn't say this trick is difficult, because for me personally, this trick wasn't too difficult to learn. It was just, well, it was a little difficult to learn, not as in doing the actual trick, but actually trying to comprehend what Toru was doing, in his trick videos and whatnot, just trying to figure out what he was doing. That's the hard part, just comprehending what he's doing. But doing the actual trick itself, it's not too difficult, I would say. So that's Toru Miyazaki's trick. I'm not really sure what he calls this trick, but yeah. So I will link in the description to another tutorial that sort of helped me comprehend the trick a little bit more. And I want to give a shout out to that guy. He really helped me, breaking down, this trick in particular when, I pretty much needed help. And if you guys don't still quite understand how to do this trick, I'm gonna again link another tutorial in the description down below, and you guys can ask me questions in the comments on certain parts maybe that you probably miss or still don't understand. Again, with any trick, it takes a little more practice just to get the timing and get the transitions right. But once you guys got it down, you can pretty much land it every single time. And I think it's a really fun trick that a lot of people should do. And again, shout out to Toru Miyazaki for making this trick in the first place. It'll probably be my last tutorial or one of my last videos for the year. Hope you guys had a good holidays. Hope you guys have a happy New Year's and everything. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Don't forget to browse my channel, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys next year. So peace.